So I actually recorded a lot of this before, but that was really early on. I wasn't as set up. I didn't have quite as many empty beer bottles to indicate my struggle with alcoholism. That's a joke. That's a joke delivered with absolutely no way to tell that it was sarcastic. Yeah, here's a bowl of cereal last night and an absolutely massive sweet potato, and butter and cream cheese that I'm trying to get to room temperature, and a dish rag. Similar art exhibit I mentioned. This one's cooler though because it's on water, but it has paths so that you can walk around on its little platforms that are in the water. I don't know. It's alright, I guess. It's cool. I don't know what it means. What would something like that mean? So yeah, here's kind of approaching the university, some of the buildings. I don't remember what building I'm next to. This side's probably a GF-ish, mainly because the entrance to G is right up there. I think it might make... Well, I'll walk up there. There's a lot of stuff you can see from outside. It's Easter today, so I actually can't get into the buildings. But the buildings look crazy enough from the outside that that shouldn't be a problem. So the campus has this stuff all over, and I have some very loud crows. I don't think they know who I am, but I've been feeding the crows, so some of them partially recognize me. But there's this stuff all over that water goes through, and then off in the distance, you can kind of see this weird art fixture, which is tantalizingly climbable. For legal reasons, I will not climb this. However, I really want to. It would be so easy to get on top of that roof. Anyway, these things are partially hollow though. I don't know how well they support weight. This is right next to our main building. I haven't actually walked very far. Architecture and things just change appearance really rapidly. And there's some construction going on here. Sounds like there's probably construction going on at the University of Constance a lot of the time. We've got these weird dang trees where they cut all the new sprouts, but they still grow leaves and everything. But yeah, a lot of people eat outside in this sort of area. There's also a really fantastic view that I will show you in a moment. The terrace, it was open earlier this year. You can see metal bars, and that it's gesperrt. So you can look out from here and you can eat up the terrace that I was looking at. Hold on, it's right up there. And so it's kind of a better view over there. But you can look out and look at the Bodensee, or Lake Constance, if you're English and you're looking at it on a map. Or I guess Constance would be how I would pronounce it for English. And actually, if it's a really, really good day, you can look out across the lake and you can actually see the Alps on the other side. So it's really super beautiful here. And that's really cool. And that's probably Insel Mainau on the lake, one of the islands that I run past but refuse to pay to enter because I'm a cheap person. And yeah, just why is this building a massive glass? I don't know if it's trapezoid or a triangle or something else entirely. But why is it like that? Your guess is as good as mine. And also, what are those? I don't think those were... No, maybe those were there yesterday. But why? The world may never know. It's probably art. Like I said, that's half of what's on this campus. You probably won't be able to see anything of this, but there's our library down underneath here. Obviously can't show you, but lots of books there. That's usually how a library is. most of the time they have lots of books. So that's a fact you can bring home to your parents. German libraries, they have books. This is also pretty cool. This is where I walked from. Also, I have no idea what that building right there is. I think there's like, I don't know. I think it's labeled, and there's something that's like a daycare or kindergarten. And I think that's what that is. But it might also be a different building. I really have no clue. Either way, this whole area is kind of pretty. It's a kinder house. Maybe you may or may not be able to see that. I'm not gonna walk close enough to the building for you to see. I guess that's different from a kindergarten. I don't really know what a kinder house is. I mean, it means children house, but I don't know. And this is a trail of dirt on the ground. I don't know why that's there either. I'm pretty sure that wasn't there yesterday. I guess those are just like entrance things they're adding. There's another one elsewhere that got added less than a month ago. I don't know why. There's more views. This is the side of the campus that I'm walking around. I'm trying to get to the part of campus that I think looks most like a water park. So I'll get there soon. I think that's more art right ahead. Actually, this is much better view of random art around here, I guess, in the psychotherapy area, I guess. You can see that it's the psychotherapy area right here. Wow. This is where I feel like it feels like a water park. Just random colors, and I think it's really just that yellow rounded area. But it just, I don't know. And that's an Asian restaurant where you can eat on campus. And I don't know, I think it's pretty cheap. I'm not sure. Yeah. So this is the ridiculously pretty town of Eck. I think it would look a lot better if you're, actually walking through it instead of me and my poor camera skills. But the fun thing about this place is, of course, its name is Eck. But that's because Germans pronounce their G's very similar to a K for native English speakers. So this is actually the town of Egg, E-G-G, and I think that's great. I guess I should clarify. I don't think it's technically an actual town. It's it seems to be labeled as an Ortsteil, which means place part. So I think it's a part of Konstanz, but it's the part of Konstanz that's up here. Here I am walking back to the town, the direction I usually take to get between campus and here. It's like 1.5 kilometer walk probably. But it's kind of cool to see the stacked buildings in the different distance. So this is the Bodensee with some very loud ducks. I think a duck just went underwater, which is normal for them. Oh yeah, there it is. Alright, very exciting. And yeah, there's a bunch of swans over there. I don't know. Somewhere across the lake, there's the Alps, but it would be kind of behind this building. And I didn't want to be up on the bridge where a lot of people are still walking around. Even though, I don't know, it's a southern Germany, at least, holiday of Easter. Well, Ostern. But, yeah. Opposite direction is the Rhine. This is where the Rhine enters the Bodensee. It's right under this bridge, pretty much. The Rhine's not that interesting to video. I probably won't do that. There's way too many people around, and that annoys me. But anyway, this is the prostitute. Yeah, she's holding up the Pope and the King in her hands. And there's a statue of her she's kind of a really important fixture here, because right behind me is the Concile building, where they were going to decide between the 3 people who were claiming to be popes at the time, except they decided it would be a 3rd pope, so they weren't really deciding between those, or a 4th pope, so they weren't really deciding between those 3. And either way, only like 1 or 2 of the popes showed up, something like that. I'm not a historian. Here's some swans. This is the Marktstrasse, Market Street, in the Altstadt, the older parts of Konstanz. So you can kind of tell that because these buildings have these labels, the Pelican, Saffron, White Eagle, that sort of thing. And that's because they didn't really have, you know, numbers for, here's your address, here's where the mail goes to. Your mail goes to the building of the Albatross. And so yeah, really old buildings, probably some of them like repaired and stuff like that. I don't really know, something like that. So this here is a really weird fountain. I don't know who thought this thing was a good idea. I mean, really? That's really what kind of statue I want to look at. I mean, what is this guy here? I actually kind of like this guy.